Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Reynolds with B.O.R.E.D. Better Off Reading Every Day. Today we have a good one for you. It is Jenny Giraffe's Mardi Gras Parade. It is by Cecilia Casserell D'Artes and it's illustrated by Andy Green. Let's open it out for you. And let me show it to you with my Mardi Gras mask on. Because it is about Mardi Gras, right? There it is. All right. Now, this is going up because I need my glasses to read to you guys. So, I will read and then I'll put the mask on so you can see it, right? Jenny Giraffe's Mardi Gras Ride. Jenny Giraffe's Mardi Gras Ride. Jenny has just completed her steamboat painting and she was quite proud. So as she packed her bag to go home, she wondered about the surprise treat that Claude and Angeline had planned. However, it was just as she started to walk home that she saw them. Purple, green, gold. Beautiful decorations with all these colors were on the balconies, doors and windows, and everywhere on the houses and apartments. Of course, a very curious Jenny wondered, why are there so many decorations in all the same colors? When she went inside, her family and friends were waiting with a special ring-shaped cake. Those colors again, she exclaimed. And what kind of funny cake is that? It's a king cake, Jenny. And this is your first king cake party, said Lita. In the king cake somewhere, there's a little plastic baby. Whoever gets it has to have the next party. Claude then cut the cake. I got it, yelled T-Boy. He held up the tiny plastic doll and then placed the cardboard crown on his head. Lita, will you be the queen for my king cake party? He asked as he made a deep bow. Delighted, said Lita, trying to sound very grown up. Now Jenny was bursting with curiosity. Why do we have king cake parties? And why are the purple, green, and gold colors everywhere in our neighborhood? Claude then told her that king cake parties begin on January 6th, King's Day. This day reminds us of the journey of 3 kings who brought gifts to the newborn Christ child many years ago. Our carnival season begins on King's Day, and the last day of the season is called Mardi Gras. Carnival is a time for parties, balls, and special parties. Everyone has so much fun dressing in formal clothes and beautiful costumes. We even have a Mardi Gras parade and a ball in our school, said T-Boy as he laughed, and added Lita, we learn about the French people who brought the custom of Mardi Gras here when they settled in New Orleans in the 1700s. Jenny still wondered about the name and the colors. You see, Jenny, interrupted Angeline. The words Mardi Gras are French for Fat Tuesday. That's the last day of the carnival season. Also, the official colors are purple, green, and gold. Rex, the king of carnival, picked those colors in the 1800s. Jenny's eyes widened as she thought about how old the Mardi Gras customs were. T-Boy then announced proudly that he knew the meaning of the Mardi Gras colors. Purple means justice, green means faith, and gold means power. Jenny was beginning to understand, but now she wanted to know more about the parades. The children squeaked with excitement as they thought about all the throws they would catch at the parade. Pretty beads, toys, cups, and so much more. So Jenny was told how a very long time ago, when parades started in New Orleans, men were the only people who paraded. They paid dues to belong to clubs, and they could be in the carnival parade. However, as the years went on and the carnival customs grew, women and children wanted to start their own skews too. Then Angeline held up a Mardi Gras colored card. We even have groups called Super Crews today, where anyone can join to be in the parade. And Jenny, I think you are about to be a part of one of those parades. Some friends will not be able to ride in their parade this year. So they want to know if you and a guest would like to take their places in the float. Oh, Lita exclaimed, there are hundreds of rides in the Super Crew of Orpheus Parade, with so many floats and lots of throws. Jenny was very thoughtful for a moment. Then slowly she asked, do you think I could ask my mama to ride with me? Angeline and Claude smiled and nodded. The next morning, Jenny could hardly eat her breakfast. Would she really see her mama today? Since this was Jenny's first visit to the zoo, she closely followed Claude and Angeline. They were all greeted by friendly people at the entrance. As they walked farther into the zoo, Jenny suddenly looked up. There, standing in her front yard, was Jenny's mother, smiling and waiting. Jenny felt that she could never be happier than at that moment. Soon everyone was talking excitedly about the upcoming parade. Then, at the end of the visit, Lita asked, Are we all going to be are we all going to float preview party next weekend? Most definitely, exclaimed Jenny's mother. A slight breeze coming off the Mississippi River made the float seem alive as the colorful decorations danced in the wind. As a jazz band played, people greeted each other, danced, took pictures, and walked around to find their names on their floats. Finally, Lita gasped. There it is. It's tremendous. That's right, said the float lieutenant as he greeted everyone. Our Smoky Mary float is one of the largest floats ever built. It's so large that we'll even have our own jazz band on the top level. There will be just that this will be just like the real Smoky Mary train that brought the city people to the lakefront many years ago. At the end of the party, when everyone is leaving, Angeline mentioned that the next weekend would be a good time to go shopping for throws. Shopping? I have to buy my throws? Asked surprised Jenny. When shopping day arrived, Jenny had so many questions. Why do we have to buy throws? Why don't we get the stuff on our floats? How much stuff do we buy? Oh, Jenny, Angela exclaimed. You will get some throws on your float, but everyone who rides in a carnival parade buys hundreds more throws. As they walked into the parade supply store, Jenny just gasped. The building was filled with all types of colorful beads, stuffed animals, dolls, Small toys, plastic cups. There were even costumes, masks, wigs, and carnival jewelry. The children squeaked, "We'll help you, Jenny." They grabbed a basket and ran down the aisle of beads. Jenny was so amazed. She picked up some beautiful long beads. "Do you mean that I'm going to buy these wonderful things and then throw them away?" Angeline laughed. "No, they're not thrown away. They're thrown to people who come to see your parade. It's part of the Mardi Gras spirit. You're giving people the gifts of your parade. You see, Jenny," added Claude, "a parade is like a giant party, and people from our city, from all over the world, come to your party. These are gifts for them to take home." I like that custom, Jenny thought as she started to shop. The day of the Orpheus Super Parade finally arrived. The feeling of excitement was everywhere. The convention center area was extremely busy with all the people, cars, and buses. The taxi was finally able to park close to the entrance so that everyone could help Jenny and her mother unload their parade throws. There were empty boxes and bags everywhere. "What fun this is going to be," shouted T-Boy as he ran towards the float. With so much help that morning, Jenny and her mother soon had all their throws arranged. Short and long beads hung everywhere. Boxes of all types of throws, trinkets, toys, and games were stacked within easy reach. There was much laughing and excitement as the float riders went to have lunch and then to be fitted for their costumes. "Remember to look for us at the end of your parade, Jenny," yelled Lita as she was leaving. "And throw us some stuff. Throw us lots of stuff, Jenny." Soon everyone was dressed for the parade. Riders boarded the floats, attached themselves to their harnesses in case of a fall. Now it was time for a long, slow ride to begin the parade route. As the ride began, the float lieutenant reminded everyone, "Remember to keep your harness, masks, hats, and costumes. If not, you may be taken off the float." As the ride began, the float lieutenant reminded everyone, "Remember to keep on your harnesses, masks, hats, and costumes. If not, you may be taken off the float. Don't forget that our identities are supposed to be secret." And he spoke slowly, "We always throw stuff to people, not at them. We always throw stuff to people, not at them." Soon the evening sky became dark and the float lights began to flash almost magically. Then the jazz bands, school bands, and military bands began to play. Jenny took a deep breath. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you take a deep breath? As the long float slowly turned a corner, it was cheered by thousands of voices. Jenny was so astonished by the tremendous number of people that she just stood there and stared. "Throw, Jenny, throw," called her mother excitedly. "They're all here to see our parade. Let's make sure they have fun." Jenny started throwing the beads first. Then she threw cups and toys. Which ones would you have thrown first? Many people on the parade route were clapping and dancing to the music of the jazz band. Some children were on ladders screaming, "Throw me something," and reaching high for their colorful throws. In fact, everyone seemed to be dancing, swaying, yelling, and catching throws. After many blocks, one of the musicians shouted, There's the convention center. And the Smoky Mary float slowly followed the others into the building. The floats moved very slowly along the route between tables, chairs, and people. As the float Jenny was on finally entered the building, she was totally excited. There, standing on the tables and chairs, jumping and reaching for throws, were ladies in long dresses and men in tuxedos. What a party, she exclaimed, and continued throwing. Some of the floats were in their stopped position along the wall, and as a group of second line dancers passed by, Jenny and her mother climbed down and joined in the festivities. Friends and other family members were there. It was time for a big inside party, time for more dancing and more singing. After a while, a very early breakfast was served, and the music continued. Then, as with everything in life, the fun was coming to an end. People were leaving and carrying away their bags of throws. The day after Mardi Gras, everyone was just a little tired. Fat Tuesday had been another fun-filled party day with even more parties and costumes. However, Jenny became very sad when her mother exclaimed why she must return to her home in the zoo. Now that Mardi Gras is over, it's time to go back to our normal lives. You see, her mother continued, Mardi Gras is the last day of carnival season. We did party, eat, and drink as much as we wanted to yesterday, but today is Ash Wednesday, and now Lent begins. Lent? Questioned Jenny. Here we go again, said Claude as he laughed. Jenny has so much to discover. Lent is the time for fasting and doing without some of the things that we like, he exclaimed, in the way we prepare for Easter. So, my dear Jenny, her mother went on, we now return to our important jobs in life. I'll continue to help people learn about giraffes and, she said with her mother's pride, you will help people enjoy our wonderful world with your paintings. Jenny understood a little better, and she smiled thoughtfully. Yes, and now that I finally know where you are, I can come visit you anytime. My first Mardi Gras is one that I will never forget. So many wonderful things have happened. I love you, Mama, said Jenny as she and her mother lovingly hugged each other. The end, boys and girls, of Jenny Giraffe's Mardi Gras Ride. My favorite page in this book would be Lent, questioned Jenny. Here we go again, said Claude as he laughed. Jenny has so much to discover. Lent is the time for fasting and doing without some of the things that we like, she explained, in the way that we prepare for Easter. So, my dear Jenny, her mother went on, we now return to our important jobs in life. I'll continue to help people learn about giraffes, and she said, as and she said with mother's pride, you will help people enjoy your wonderful world with your paintings. Jenny understood a little bit better. She smiled thoughtfully. Yes, and now that I finally know where you are, I can come and visit anytime. And of course, the end. My first Mardi Gras is one that I will never forget. So many wonderful things have happened. I love you, Mama. I love you, Jade. I love you, Mama, said Jenny as she and her mother lovingly hugged each other. You know I love a good story with a mother and a daughter. Boys and girls, I do not own the rights to this story, but I do love and enjoy telling you storytelling magic each and every day. And the reason why I chose these books today about Mardi Gras is because it's Wednesday, and I felt like what a great day to talk about Mardi Gras having to do with Wednesday. It's not Ash Wednesday or anything like that, but Fat Tuesday. Tuesday was yesterday, and today is, of course, Hump Day, the middle of the week. Hey, look, Ma, I made it to the middle of the week. So it's been my pleasure to bring these books to you. It is Miss Reynolds with B.O.R.E.D. Better off reading every day. Let's go to my favorite page right there. Absolutely beautiful. Jenny and her mom. Boys and girls, I know you're saying to yourself, Miss Reynolds, where do you get these masks from? Where do you get that from? Where do you get this from? I happen to be a lover of giraffe. So I have a lot of things with giraffe patterns having to do with giraffe on it. This book is a book that I did purchase during quarantine. This is from when we had a Mardi Gras themed auction at the Boys and Girls Club where I was volunteering. It was all Mardi Gras themed. You wear your mask and everything. And this is actually where I got this mask and the other mask. This little guy was given to me by my daughter. A different take on a giraffe, right? Looks different. And this little guy is also mine. So all of these guys right here are all mine. And guess what they have to do with? Giraffes. And my giraffe shoes. So, I love giraffes because of their eyelashes, their long necks, and the way that they run. And I have to tell you, I learned a long time ago that when they are born, they fall to the ground approximately 6 feet, almost as tall as one of my brothers. He's actually 6'2". They fall 6 feet to the ground, and then eventually they don't hurt themselves, they stand up, and that's how they're born. So I'm very fascinated with giraffes, and I love going to the zoo and seeing them, and I love the elegance and the looks on their faces. I'm a giraffe person, 110%. So anything that has to do with giraffes, tell me all about it. I got my ears open and I am listening. I got my eyes open and I am looking. Giraffe for life. B.O.R.E.D. with Miss Reynolds. Bye. Mwah.